Konnichiwa. Nihon Kriketo Podcast to yokoso. Boku no namae wa Alan desu. I think that even those who have never heard a word of Japanese before can understand that. But just in case, hello and welcome to the Japan Cricket Podcast. I'm your host, Alan Kerr, and on this show, I will speak to the people who have played a role in the shaping of cricket in Japan, both on and off the field. I'm joined today by a man whose reputation is growing year on year. He burst onto the cricket scene in Japan in 2015, and it was in 2016 that he had a phenomenal year, taking the Player of the Year award, the JCL Most Valuable Player award. He scored the first ever JPL century. He won the JCL with Max that year and also made the Team of the Year in 2016. In 2018, he won the JCL again. In 2020, he made the Team of the Year again. He also made JCL final appearances in 2019 and 2020. And in 2020, formed the Kawasaki Knight Riders and won the Tokai Regional Japan Cup competition. And this year in 2021, has already been named the MVP of the Japan Premier League. Mr. Vinay Iyer, welcome onto the podcast.
Thanks, Alan. Thank you so much.
Mate, it's a pleasure to have you on. How have you been? You've been busy these days?
Yeah, I've been busy with cricket only and most of the days in the office. But yeah, when it comes to cricket, very busy. Even having the kids, under 15 kids of KKR, I make them practice in the weekdays in the morning, like around 6 to 8 a.m. So it's like in the weekdays also, I get up at 5 o'clock, 5:30, go there, practice with them, come back. Weekends are like the matches, just waiting for the matches. But again, the situation has turned up a bit bad right now here. So the cricket has stopped. Very eagerly waiting for it to start up again and get on the field.
Mate, I was going to say, I think that you might be the man who likes cricket the most of everyone I know in Japan.
Yeah. It's right from the good old days in India where it started, and really passionate about this game, and really like as long as I can, I'll be, very much interested in playing this game.
All right. Well, you mentioned your early days in India. So why don't we go back and start there? Can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Mumbai.
And what was it like growing up in Mumbai?
Very, very, very different from Japan. It's yeah. As far as cricket is concerned, every day we play cricket every afternoon in the heat, in the hot sun. Like here, I've seen that players are worried, oh, it's going to be very hot. But in India, it's not like that. It's like in the hot sun, we go and play. It's like we don't bother about it's rain or it's summer, nothing. We just go and play. We are loving to play cricket every day.
Did you used to play on the, what's it called, the Maidan?
Yeah, of course. I have started there, where I started near my home. That was called Central Maidan. It's a bit far from proper Mumbai. Then moved on to the proper Maidans in Mumbai, proper Mumbai. Then different clubs, different tournaments, different coaches, and many, many clubs. Many big tournaments also came up. Everything was in those Maidans. Then some games at the Wankhede stadiums. It was all fun. And everywhere it's a different wicket, different scenarios. It's very, awesome to play there.
So how old were you when you first started playing?
I was around 15 because I was a football player before in the school.
Really? I didn't know that. That's quite late to start playing.
Yeah. Actually, leather ball was that time, but like in the gully crickets and all those things, very passionate since I was like around 6 years around. I started playing, and usually I used to play with the bigger guys. So it was like fun playing with them. And later on, I started playing leather ball cricket when I was 15. I started on that. Until then, I was in the soccer team in my school.
So what position did you play in the soccer team?
Center forward. And I captained 2 years school. I was a captain for 2 years.
So do you still play now?
No.
You've given that up since I reached Japan?
Yes, even in India also. Once I started cricket, completely give up. Then it was like only in the off seasons. Yeah, when we used to play in one of my clubs where my coach was a Ranji player, in the off seasons, we actually was a very big ground, the club actually, and he used to make us play football, he used to make us play for getting the coordination and like eye coordinations and the passes. He used to say us, don't play it as a football, just play the passing game. It's like how you manage those, this passing game, all those things. It's also fitness. That time we used to play. After that, never played. No
Okay.
tournaments or hobby.
So you're a football fan as well. Do you have a team that you support?
Like if I had to support a country, I used to support Brazil a lot before and Argentina.
I'm trying to support them both, mate. They don't get on very well. Yeah. Okay. So when did you first realize that you had some talent at cricket and you were quite good?
When I first started playing cricket, I joined the club. I used to go for coaching and all those things. Then my coach used to say that you have a better potential. We'll take you to the better level. And then he took me to the Maidans in proper Mumbai. And there he told me that you need to play games over here with the bigger guys and join the men's team, because I was under 15, under 16. But he used to make me play with the older guys, with the men's. And I used to play them and open the batting there.
How did you find that? Was that quite intimidating?
Yeah, because at the start I was very nervous. They used to treat me like a small kid, but they used to even push me that go and bat, don't worry. They used to put the proper arm guards and thigh guards and everything for me, and they used to tell me go and bat, don't worry. And they used to like after a few games when I really got the grip, and they used to get very this thing to get me out, and they were like, "Oh, he's a nice player." And this is why coach pushed me to all the bigger games. And that is what I got, much more experience playing with these elder guys. It was real fun.
Yeah, right. So then, as far as I know, you came to Japan around 2014, 15. Is that right?
I came in 2013, where I started playing for Max with first game in 2014. That was the first JCL game what I played.
So when you came to Japan, well, actually, first of all, what brought you to Japan? Why did you come to Japan in the first place?
Actually, it was my job. My job in Mumbai. They had my company has a location here in Japan. So I came as an ERP consultant, and they asked me to, set up all the software over here. So I came here in 2019 for 3 months. And every year at the year end, I used to come here to finalize their accounts and do all these things. So 2011 also I came, and 13, 12 also I came. And finally they called me in 2013 for a long-term stay. That is when I completely shifted over here. All the time where I came, I knew there was cricket over here. I used to follow this JCA website and check, and I should be thinking whether I can get to play some matches, but never got a chance. But in 14, 13, 14, something clicked, and finally got into cricket over here.
Okay. So how did you end up playing for Max?
As you know, I was playing for ICC, and one of the player, Rajini Shukla, was in ICC.
That's engineers, right?
Yeah, in engineers. So he was saying that the Edogawa, the pitch is not nice, the level is not nice. The actual cricket is in Sano, but it's very far. But you will enjoy playing there. When you are scoring so much runs here, I think you'll enjoy playing over in Sano. Then he told me that this a guy who's the national team captain, Amigo, he will introduce me to him, and he was playing for Max. So one day in one of the game in Edogawa, he had come, Amigo. So he introduced me. He said, "Yeah, you can come in the next game." Then that was the first game against Vivans where I played the first match. And that was for my first JCL match for Max.
And that's where it all started. Good old amigo. So then, as I mentioned at the start, 2016, you had a really good year.
Yeah.
You won that year the final against Tigers. Any memories of that game?
I guess we won it in 2015 also against Wombats. And that was the first victory for Max, and very excited because I think the second year in Max, and I was opening the batting with Amigo, I think, and we were not out till the end. He scored a 50 and I guess I scored some runs. That was a nice game against Wombats.
So how many? Yeah, you did 2015, 2016. But you've won the JCL 3 times, and you've played 15, 16, 18,
18.
and then you played in the 1920 final.
Yeah.
So 3 wins, 2 runner-up. That's
Yeah.
a good record, mate.
And thanks a lot. And I think I like to play the finals a lot.
That Max's first win. So what did that mean to the guys around you? Because I know Max had been in Division 2 for quite a long time, and then you got promoted
Yes.
a year or 2 earlier than that. So was it a good celebrations?
Very good celebration. It was unbelievable. Like all the guys, all the supporters, even their friends, everybody, all the Japanese, everyone had come to support that match, and we won that match very comfortably. But it was so exciting, and everyone were so happy. It was first time that they won the GCL. I think it was just the second year. Yeah, as you said, they were in Division Two. Just 1 year before they had come into Division One, and the very next year we made it to the finals and even won the match.
Yeah, that's great. And that year you got a JPL 100. The 2016 was the reforming of the JPL into the competition it is now, the regional matches. And you got 100, which was the first ever JPL 100. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I knew that. And you were the umpire. And
And I was the umpire that day. Indeed. And you thought you got out on 99, from what I remember.
yeah, yes.
And ball back to the scorers said, and I found you another run somewhere.
Yeah, it was a very nice year, and even I was very happy, and to captain the side. Even I was a captain for South Coast Super Kings. Very first year of that reformation, getting the captainship, scoring that first 100. Yeah, very nice feeling actually that year. Even I got a T20 100, GCN MVP. That year was fantastic for me.
Yeah, it was a big year. So then 2017, you didn't play that much. You did get 100 in the JCL, which was your first. Can you remember much about that innings?
Yeah, I do. It was the record partnership with Amigo, 237 runs, opening partnership, highest GCL, yeah, opening partnership. Yeah,
Always with Amigo.
yeah, always, always. Really, I somehow I always fancy playing with him and love playing with him. It's a very nice guy. Absolutely, always fun. And yeah, that year I did not play much games. A small reason there. I was expecting a national call up, and Amigo was always saying that if anyone has to come in the national team, if I have to take anyone, it will be you, always. So, and he's saying that no one can stop you now. You will be there next year, and suddenly that rule came up: no foreigners allowed in the national team. It was a big setback and very disappointment. And suddenly, I don't know, very demotivating. And I just thought that I think cricket is enough. I don't think I can, because that 1 year I took, as you know, I'm working on the Saturdays and all the leaves. But that year I used to play all the games. But then next year I thought, okay, now I just need to concentrate on my work. It's okay. Then I did not, because all the match game mostly fell on Saturdays. So I just skipped all those games. I just played one league game, I guess, and then the semifinals and finals, though we won that, I think. So anyway, that was like, that year was not so good. Even I lost my fitness after that.
Yeah, okay. So 2017, Sano won it. And then 2018, Max came back and won it again. And again, another big partnership with Amigo. This was against the Chiba Sharks, and you guys put on 170 odd in 30 overs. So memories of that game?
Yeah, that game also, like, me and Amigo, like every time we come in the opening, we are just like cheering each other. We just support each other. And we know that we just stand up for 10 overs, 15 overs, then we can go along very nicely. Because even in the previous year, the big partnership, what happened? In the first 10 overs, we were just 25 runs. And still we were set, like, let's go on until 15, until the drinks, until 20 overs. The small partnerships, then suddenly one of us gets going, then the other guys follows, and like we get the partnership. Even that Chiba Sharks game was very this thing for us. And we thought like we have to play a bit, either 25 overs around, we can get a big score. And like it clicked for us. Both of us played along very nicely, and we got a big score in that game.
I'm curious because Smacks have a very strong batting lineup and have done for a long time. But you've said there that you and Amigo battled together at the top of the order, history of big partnerships and really great success. So why isn't that happening now this year? You're still opening.
Yeah, I'm still opening. Amigo, like we did open in one of the game this year. This year Sukun is the captain, and also after that year, I think Amigo started sending Tanyama as the opening batsman with me, and he used to open with me. Like he wanted him to also develop getting into this opening slot, and he wanted to give chances. And yeah, this year he did try up opening with me one game, but it didn't click. Then again, changed with Tanyama. I think they are just trying some different combinations with me, and they want me to open the batting always, and play a big game.
Yeah, okay. And then 2019 it wasn't your best season. You guys still managed to make it to the final in a replay of 2018, and Sharks got one over you that year. How much can you tell me about that game?
Yeah, that game also, like, actually I had injured my hand during that season in the GPL match, and like as really couldn't field and all. That's why I had some substitute fielder sometimes. And that game was, yeah, actually the semi-final game was very interesting. If you remember that AQCC game versus Max, where we are all on the top wicket, we all fell down and have fell
Right.
first point. And then finally a big, nice partnership down the order with Thapa and Prabhat, where they
About.
took over the game. Yeah. And
Remember that.
from nowhere, we won that match with last ball, I think 2 balls, 8 runs and all, 8 or 6. That was a game like we thought, oh, we are come back. And then we have Sharks playing. But I think Sharks, the young team, what we saw 1 year before, they were completely changed. I think they had good experience. The Sharks, that young talent, Neil and Marcus and all those new guys, they really came up very strong that year. And it was like a surprise for us also. They really played very well and they fought very nicely against us. And like wickets fell on regular intervals. That game I remember, always it happens when the spin twins of me and Tani, we are bowling. Like until then, the scores are like holding up the scores. Suddenly after that, I don't know, the opponents realize that now they have chances. Same game, until I was bowling and me and Tani, the score was very nicely. After that, Takadi from nowhere, he came and he started smashing everywhere, everyone. And I think Muni also joined the party and completely they ran over us. They got a big score. And even in the bowling, then finally they kept taking wickets, knowing that Max has a deep batting lineup. Still, they kept going wicket by wicket, wicket by wicket, and they like won the game very nicely. I think it was a very good team effort that we have by Sharks that year.
So basically, what you're saying is that Max have a great batting lineup, but they've got 2 good spinners, but no one else.
They do. They do have all the, but the spinners are main, like it was a tough wicket that match. And the ball was really turning very nicely and they were not able to score against us. But suddenly after that, when it suddenly changed and they were hitting you all over the park that day after that.
Okay, so then you moved after that season and spent the year with Alpha Quashers. Can you tell me a little bit about that move and how it came about?
Actually, many teams have approached me. I told never, I'll not leave Max because I'm from the start. The main reason was being with Max is amigo. Always he's there supporting me and everything. But that season, like the EKCC guys, even few of my PKR guys are there, and they were like very good friends. Always like we are drinking together and all partying together. And they were saying like, just give us 1 year. EKCC, like we have never reached the finals. Last year we just a small thing and we couldn't reach it. I think we need just one batsman, and I think we can do something. So please try to come on. And they were approaching not only from that after the season, but before, after the season was done. And they were saying that you have not played much matches. I think you have not played. Can you join? I said, never. I'm not going to join mid-season, all those things. Maybe next year I'll think about it. And they were like crazy against me. Like every time they just kept approaching. And then finally I said, okay, like if I'm coming, it's me only 1 season and not more than that. I'm sure on this. But I'll speak to Amigo on this. Like Amigo also was, no, you should not go and all those things. You're the best answer for them, I know, but still I don't want you to go. I said, Amigo San, just give me 1 year. I think they are seriously approaching me a lot and I'm not able to say them no. He said, then okay, no problem. Then see you on the other year. Then I told them that like I can join, but it will be only 1 year. Only these few guys who are approaching, only they knew, not the other guys in AQCC. So even when I was leaving back, like they were all shocked. Why? What happened? I said, no, it was just 1 year. I told them, and I'll be going to back to Max. I'm not going to go any other team. It's going to be Max again.
Yeah, okay. And you had a pretty decent season last year. You made the final again. You made runs in the final, tight contest with the Tigers, but again, AQCC couldn't quite get over the line. That was your third grand final in a row, but a second loss in a row. So you're hoping to go one better again this year?
Yes. Absolutely.
Of course, you're a man in form, having just made a lot of runs in the Japan Premier League, and then last weekend made your career best score in the JCL as well. So what's the secret behind your form this year? Doing anything differently?
No, it's all about fitness, I guess. It's a fitness. So even last year also, the form what I had is just because of fitness. I lost around 15, 16 kilos from 84 to 68. So, but that has, really given me more strength to stay on the field. Anyway, when I go in the field, I want to play all the, like, if I had some 40 over game, I want to play all the 40 over game. But now, last year, when I was playing in EKCC, also I got many knockouts. That's why I think my average was about 89 or something. I used to, even them after chasing the score, finishing the game, even 75 not out or something, I'm still hungry to play more. Like, why there is no, I want more runs so that I can stay on the wicket, maybe play the whole 40 overs or I used to tell them, please take batting first. I want to score more. That was the thing I used to tell these AQC guys, but they were always losing the toss. Always it was chasing. And few games I think one game I got against MIB, but I got out early. Otherwise, all the games chasing, I was just standing.
Yeah, you guys were. I remember like looking at the stats last year. I think something like 60% of AQCC's runs were scored by 3 players because you kept chasing small scores. Okay, so going back to that fitness regime, what did you do to lose all that weight?
Uh, like, I think when this COVID thing started over here, the lockdown, all those things, that was when I had a lot of time. I thought, let me start focusing on fitness and being a leader on my club. I thought like everyone should I should create a landmark or something like, and people should think that, yeah, if he's a leader, he's even looking like a player, a leader. So then I thought like, okay, let's concentrate on fitness. Then I started running and I used to run for 20 minutes at the start, then 30 minutes. Then it took me to 40 minutes. And later on, a time came when I started running for 1 hour, and that I kept continuing for months and months. It was like I used to run 1 hour, I used to run for 7 kilometers. Then I changed it to 8, 9. Now I have continued it till 10 and 11. And still now I'm doing the same. I'm following it.
That's great commitment.
Yeah. And also about my eating habits, I just changed a bit. During that last year in the peak time, I used to not eat lunch, just dinner, salads and all salads, only protein diets. Then later on, when my weight went very nicely low, then I just thought now eating habits is fine. Why don't you just continue my fitness, running and all those things? I'm still doing it.
That's great effort. Oh, yeah, kudos to you. You mentioned your other club, Kawasaki Knight Riders. So tell us a little bit about the club, its ambitions, who it's for, and why you decided to create your own club.
A group of us, like we are very willing to play together. We wanted to, group in, have a nice team, nice club, nice environment. And then we thought like, okay, let's form a club. And KKR having a nice title, like, it's a catchy one. And so we chose this name. And yeah, we decided to play Japan Cup, and we also decided to play the Women's League. And as you know, Erica has supported us very well for creating the women's team. The men's team, like me, Raman, and all these guys, we are taking care of it. Then we decided like last year, let's have a junior team. So we have a under 15 team, what we have registered in JCA, and also the under 12 team, which plays the cricket blast. So under 12, under 15, the women's team and the men's team. And we also played the Sano 40 last year, and we were the champions. So like this, we are growing the club and even taking care of that every aspect, like even the under 15, under 12 kids get the proper training. And nowadays, these kids, like they are just looking at Insta and all those things, and they are looking like their coach is scoring hundreds and being the best batsman. And they are trying to, sir, we want to follow you. Like we want to score runs. You are scoring hundreds, but we want to start with 50. I said, don't worry. The days will come when you will score 100. So just keep patience. And one of the, I think, KKR under 15 captain, this guy, Arpan, he wanted to buy this bat of the
OT cricket.
bat of my name. Yeah, Vinay Iyer model. So he's got it. He bought the sticker and he has done it. He wants me to now get the oiling done from me. I said, okay, next week when I'm coming for practice, I'll get it done. So these are the parts of KKR, like under 12, under 15, women's team, men's team. And now next year we are just planning about the under 19 team, because most of these under 15 guys are now almost at 15. So tomorrow, next year they are going to be 16. So this whole bunch of group, I plan to make them into the under 19 team, so that they like again together groom up in the under 19, play the games, play the leagues, hire this thing.
And how many players do you have on your books now, senior men players?
Senior men's, we have around 25 players.
So you'll be looking to
including
enter
economic.
2 teams next year?
Probably yes.
Okay.
We would like to enter 2 teams.
Which means if you get into the JCL, you may have to start in Division 2. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I would not like it, but yeah, if it's KKR, I have no problem. It's like even Division 2 is fine.
It's your new baby.
Yeah, I know. Unless you allow me to play Division 2.
Well, it's not up to me. But look, I think that's great. I think it's really good what you're doing with the club and trying to build something with its own regional identity. And I know you guys have put a lot of effort into supporting the junior club programs at Kawasaki and the Cricket Blast events and the J-Batch events. And yeah, it's been a really good example of what can be done with creating a club and engaging with the local community and trying to follow advice and guidelines from the JCA. So I think you're doing a really great job with that. And hopefully the club is successful again this year and into the future. So yeah, good job with that. Just last thing on that stuff. I mentioned that you were player of the year in 2016. Since then, a certain Sabarish Ravichandran has won it 3 times in the last 4 years. Is there any rivalry between the two of you for that kind of accolade?
We are actually very good friends. Like we do support each other. Like if he knows that I'm going to be in the run, he always supports me. Same thing with me. I see him that he's going to be in the run. Like, yeah, we keep cheering each other for every time. Even this time now, I think he's coming back into form. Now I checked his last 2 matches. He has scored 89 and 59. Like, he's one man. He was
Which game are those? Because he got a couple of zeros. The games I saw.
Yes. But I think on Saturday they played this Japan Cup match in Fuji against ICC and against the Tigers. Yeah. So again, his eyes is always on me and my eyes is always on him.
I bet.
So we'll have a fight, I think, this year for that.
So this year, JPL MVP, you made 270 runs and were only out twice, I think. How much did you enjoy playing in that competition? The new format as a tournament format, quite a lot of cricket over the 3 days. And
Yes.
I'm sure your improved fitness helped when you're playing 2 games a day, back to back. Did you enjoy that format? Do you think that tournament is set up now in the way it should be going forward?
Yes, absolutely. Like as it is mentioned, the JPL is the most high profile tournament for, getting a pathway to the national. And I think this tournament, the way it is formatted, it is going to be a test for the fitness too. Every player has to be very fit to play the first day, second day, and the third day. Saying that, if you get scores or even bowlers also, like they have to bowl, the climate was very hot. I agree. And even the wicket was tough and it was some guys felt it very tough to bat on that. I don't know, but I didn't feel it. I enjoyed batting on both the toughs. It was very nice. So I think saying that, I think even the young guys should, think about the fitness part to play 3 days of T20 cricket, because I think the national team also, when they go overseas or play here, they have back-to-back matches, T20s, and it's going to take a toll on the fitness. So I think it's a very good format to play here in Japan. I really back to this.
That's great. I guess the other question I had for you was more around looking to the future. Do you think you'll be staying in Japan long term?
Yeah, yes, of course, as long as possible. I have no plans to shift at all from here. So maybe another 10 years, 15 years, 20 years.
Yeah, okay. So your life is in Japan now?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got some cricket specific questions that I'll go through. I try and ask everyone who comes on the show, same set of cricket questions and Japan questions. So I'll go through the cricket ones first. What is your first specific memory of cricket?
First memory was my first century. I was playing for the club and I got 150 not out on that game. Again, it was a not out. And when I was around 70, 80 runs, I injured my toe, because at that time I just started my cricket and I didn't have that much money to buy the cricket shoes. So it was a normal shoes. I remember one ball hit the toe of my shoes, and when batting, I was completely bleeding. But my coach said, no, just you have to continue batting. You have no option to come out, no runner. You have to play whatever it is. And after my 100 also, he said, continue batting another few overs. And then again, after that, we won the match. Like then he took me to doctor and got all this thing done. But that was a first memory of a very nice memory for me, having scored my first 100 in that way.
Right. Sympathetic coach. Okay, who's the best player you've played with or against?
In Japan, right?
In Japan, yeah. Unless you've played with or against anyone particularly famous overseas.
About Japan, yeah, my favorite player whom I'm playing with is Amigo. Of course, Amigo, always. And like against or the best player, like I think Saburish and Supun are the two very best players over here. If you play with them or against them, it's a great thing. Like, when playing against them, it's very competitive. Like I've seen Supun batting, he's a 360-degree batsman. He can score anywhere and when it's his day, it's his day. Same is with Saburish also. Saburish has a great form and playing with him or against him is a fun. It's fun. It's very nice.
Okay, what's the best thing you've ever learned from a coach?
In batting, like when I used to go to bat, and my coach used to say that keep your focus on the ball always. From the time the bowler is having the ball in his hand, he's coming at you. From that time until he's bowled, until you hit the bat and the ball has gone to the fielder or to the boundary, your eyes should never go off the ball. And he has told me many times, and still I am following the same thing. So when the bowler is from his run up, I am concentrating on the ball. He always says the battle is not with the bowler, it's with the ball. So it's not, it doesn't matter who's the bowler. So that was one thing. And another one thing, what he used to say was, you take care of your bat and the bat take care of you. So he always says that you never throw your bat, never do, any options to the bat. Keep your cricket stuffs very nicely, very dear to you. When you take care of them, they take care of you on the field, on the pitch. That's another thing what I learned from it.
Quite right. Couldn't agree more. Okay, and your career highlight? You've had a few, so what's the best moment of your career so far?
Of course, one is this year's JPL. It's like the best one. And before that, yeah, as you also know about the player of the year, that year what I got, the first JPL 100 in a T20 JCL MVP and getting the player of the year, that was the biggest achievement like for me. And this year's JPL and this year, I think,
Could be matching it.
yeah.
Is there any defeat that still annoys you?
Last year, 2020's finals against
I
Thailand.
say that. What's your favorite format?
Before when I started cricket, it was 50 overs format. And now when like so many years of cricket, now I feel that test cricket is something like my favorite now.
Good man.
I would like to play a 5-day cricket once.
I bet you would. It's a lot of time to bat.
Yeah.
And who's your favorite teammate? I guess I know this. You already answered it. You're going to say Amigo, aren't you?
Yes, of course. It will be always my favorite teammate.
What's your favorite place to play cricket?
When I was in India, in Mumbai, I used to play in the Maidan. I used to always dream to play once in 1K day, 1K stadium in Mumbai. And I got a chance. And I think you asked me before with whom you played or against. In that match, which I played was like my coach, he was the coach for the West Zone in India, in Mumbai. And that West Zone team had come to Mumbai and he picked the best players from Mumbai other than the who are professionally playing. He picked me also to as an opener batsman over there. And in the opponent team, Chateshwar Pujara and Rohit Sharma were there.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And I was under 19 and they were under 17. And that is, even that time, they were saying that Chateshwar Pujara will be the next Rahul Dravid, the wall for India. And the way he batted, it was like, oh, I have so many things to learn from this guy. And he was smacking everyone. Even Rohit Sharma was hitting. And that time, Wankhede Stadium was having just one tire of this thing. And he used to hit 6 outside the stadium. So that was one highlight match, which I really remember. I played against these two guys.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that time I played, like my dream was to play in Wankhede and I had done it. And after that, then I thought if overseas, then Australia is one place. MCG, the biggest stadium, is always one place I would like to play, and the Lodge.
Yeah, of course. Okay, best place you've ever watched cricket?
I only went once to watch the international game in Mumbai.
Right.
That was only one.
You're too busy playing.
Yeah.
The last one, can you name one innings or bowling performance played by someone else that you wish you could have played yourself?
One innings, what comes into mind, it was a cameo, but I think the Japan Cup finals, what happened, AQCC versus
That was again Tochigi. I think they were called Ceylon 11 at the time.
Yeah, that inning, what I think,
Aravinda,
what Aravinda played, that one ball six, I think.
6 up the last ball to win the game. Yeah,
Yeah,
win the tournament
yeah, and it was that.
in a super over as well.
Yeah. That was something. If I know, if I could play.
That was a Hollywood moment, wasn't it?
Yeah. And we were all walking that live, so it was real, goosebumps coming out that time.
Yeah, that was a good game, I have to say. Some Japan-specific questions. What's your favorite thing about Japan?
The people and the food over here, it's very nice.
Can you name one place where any visitor must go in Japan?
I guess Mount Fuji,
Yeah, Fuji. You mentioned the food. What's your favorite Japanese food?
yakitori.
And the worst? Have you had anything over here that's particularly disgusting?
It'll be a very not a nice answer, but I think sushi, because I personally don't like it. Many people love it, I know, but I am not able to.
Oh dear. It's like sacrilege. How do you survive? Okay, last one. What's your favorite Japanese word or phrase and its meaning?
I think gambaro is like, let's fuck up, let's do it, and like good luck, all the best. That's one thing I really like. When we all together, like, let's gambaro in max. Usually they all do it, even when we are batting. Let's gambarimasu, and so that gambaro is one favorite word of mine.
Same answer as Sabarish.
Oh.
You guys have more in common than you thought. Well, Vinay, thanks a lot for coming on.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure chatting to you, and good luck for the rest of the season. I'm sure I'll see you again soon. It's a shame, obviously, we're recording this just as cricket is coming under the grip of COVID, so there's less games happening at the moment. But hopefully, I'll see you again when things get restarted. And good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Alan. Thank you very much for getting me in here.
Thanks, Vinay. Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers. That concludes this episode of the Japan Cricket Podcast. I hope you enjoyed listening. And if you really enjoyed listening, then I would be forever grateful if you could rate and review the show on whatever platform you get your podcasts. It would just help others to find the show and have the added bonus of making me feel a little bit better about myself. Until next time, arigatou gozaimashita.